No, the risk is not worth the financial reward. I mean, if we were in it for the money, we'd be we're definitely in the wrong sport.
It's awesome that we get show up money. It helps out huge. But you're not going to do this for the money, and if you want to do it, you're going to do it, and if you don't, you don't. And if you're worried if you're getting paid enough, then you probably shouldn't be doing it.
You know, any of these crashes could be the end of your career.
There could be some more money in it, you know? I mean, I know there's a few dudes we're riding in Rampage right now, and we're pretty damn broke, and we're like fully risking our lives.
I do not absolutely 100% do not think the risk versus reward is not even comparable. I've been there. 19, I started 2008 and definitely wanted to build a name for myself, and it was totally worth it and full marbles in. But today, fast forward 9 years, and I'm 29 years old and 40 grand. There's guys teeing off the holes for 40 grand.
And you could be hurt forever, it could be in a wheelchair, it could be lots of things.
And I've been able to support my family and have a nice house and nice things, but definitely not in it for the money. Everything that I've done out here and every backflip 360 or every jump I would have done it with one of my buddies just filming it.
Yeah, I don't think the risks we're taking is really worth the cash or money it's involved in it.
People in this conversation talk about prize money and they talk about financial reasons and stuff like that, but I think if you talk to a lot of the riders, the reasons why they do it are, aside from the financial benefits that come with doing well, that's obviously a nice icing on the cake.
It's as gnarly as you want to make it for yourself, and the risk versus reward, you know, it's in their own hands.
Depends who you are and what you want, but it was worth it for me.
Like if you were to come out here with no contest, no prize money, no live TV, no exposure, nothing, you wouldn't be hitting these drops. I think it's worth it.
From like a pure financial perspective, a business person would probably tell you that you're pretty dumb for doing it.
The risk is huge. Look at what we're doing here. I mean, you look at like events like Monster Cup and Street League, you know, like those are like $1 million purses. And I think what's first here is like 65 grand. And I mean, honestly, my body's worth a lot more than 65 grand. So, I mean, it shouldn't have to be about the money. Oh my God, oh, Reader just had a huge crash. That risk to reward ratio is definitely not in the rider's favor. I mean, no one really remembers who got first, second, or third every year anyways. I mean, everyone remembers what is done, and that's the biggest thing.
Some have asked me, are you going to do it this year?
Of course, it does help for sponsors to come at Rampage. They care a lot about that.
Like for the athletes that we have on track, for sure, if there was an athlete that was, say, injured or questioning if they're ready or questioning even wanted to do Rampage, we're not forcing them to do it by no means, right?
Sponsors, honest to God, they were more happy that I was probably not doing it this year because health is key. Shit, they paid my medical bills when my femur was broken, and now this year I said I've grown out of Rampage, and KHS said, you know, buckle down and gear up for the next race season.
I know that most of them, I mean, that's why that they hire me, and that's why kind of why I am who I am is the things that I've done out here.
I mean, if you want to be a professional freerider, I think you have to do this. It's the pinnacle. It's where the whole world will notice you.
But I can't see guys out here like winning Rampage and hurting their careers. So.
I mean, it's something fun, man. Like, I don't know about for their careers or whatever, but it's a sick experience.
I think if you're a guy that loves free riding, loves to go big, and loves to take chances, then it's definitely worth it because you're going to do it anyway.
It lets you showcase your own style and how big you want to send it, so you kind of pick your own poison. I think it's definitely worth it.
You do it for passion of mountain biking. I've been digging since day one. I'm as much a digging lover as riding lover.
There's a lot of reward whether you do well or not.
It's always been about living up to my potential, and it's like my sense of self-worth.
I'd get back up here for passion. It wouldn't be for money.
If you're at the start of that thing at the top looking down, like going, you know what, I feel good about this line, I know I can do this, then the feeling that you're going to get at the bottom for the line that you just hit, you just built for the past week, it's an incredible feeling.
There's nothing more satisfying than pushing yourself in the sport that you've dedicated your life to.
Like, it's such a good opportunity to show what you're capable of, to get attention, to make it to the next level in the sport. Like, yeah, to please your sponsors and to be someone within mountain biking. I also believe all the riders here want to be here and they're willing to take the risks they take.
I just think taking that risk is worth it because you know, first of all, it's going to be probably the gnarliest thing you ever do on your bike. So in the peak of your riding career, you obviously want to be able to do that. And also, it's huge for the careers of the riders. I mean, you see those guys that have won this event. It's just such a massive push for them, and it's a career changer for guys like Carson per se. So, you know, a lot of people might say it's not worth it because there's such insane risk involved, but so many people watching and so much prestige behind it, and how much it's done for this sport, I'd say it's worth it for sure.
You know, at the end of the day, Rampage is here because we love to ride this stuff, and it's for us. It's not for anybody else. It's because we want to do it. We want to ride it. We want to push ourselves. And you know what? This, you know, for a lot of guys, including myself, this type of riding is our favorite.
People talk about how dedicating your life and risking your life, are they the same thing? And anybody who hasn't ridden top to bottom at Rampage, completed a run, they'll never understand the feeling of accomplishment that goes along with that. And when you do that, you're fully living, and sometimes to fully live, you have to risk things. And when you see the celebrations in the finish line corral, hopefully you can feel what that is, and it'll help you answer that question.